What is up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. So today is very severe. Like, you can just see my face right now. Red lip, really bold, different eyes. I'm doing like a two-tone different vibe for you guys today because I am going to be using the brand new launch from Kat Von D, and that is the Kat Von D 10-year anniversary eyeshadow palette. Now, she did release an entire collection. She released the eyeshadow palette, the eyeliner, the lipstick, a highlighter, and a training case, and everything like that. She released a really big collection with this, but I only had the coins and only had enough funds for the eyeshadow palette, and because I do collect eyeshadow palettes more than anything else that I have, so of course I wanted to pick this up and do a look with you guys. So honestly, there are 16 shades in here. All of them have 1.7 grams or 0.06 ounces in them, so you're going to get pretty much full-size pans in this for $52, and of course I wanted to do as many shades as possible on my eyes today. So if you want to see both looks that I did today with this Kat Von D eyeshadow palette, then keep on watching. So I zoomed you guys in nice and close because it is just time to go in with the eyes. My whole entire base and everything is on and ready to go. So now we're going to dive right in to the Kat Von D 10-year anniversary eyeshadow palette. Now, you see the front, it's really gold, and it has Kat Von D's artwork on the front, and then you open it right up, and you're going to see the 16 eyeshadows that are inside of here. And then right on the inside as well, you see the 16 shades are actually named after her muses that inspired her for her 10-year anniversary. So all the names are on the back right here. They're not on the front, which I kind of think is kind of sad, but whatever, you still have the names on the back. So really quickly, I'm going to show you guys some swatches before I go in with my eye look. And so, the first 8, which is the top 8, are Adele, Malice, Ashley, Gina, Egypt, Sylvia, Lala, and Lefar. Lefar? I'm going to say it's Lefar. And so the next 8 that we have is going to be Melanie, Alexandria, Nancy, Catherine 2, Kelly, Sarah, Carolyn, and Chad. There's all the swatches. I'm going to just tell you this right now. The mattes were kind of hard to swatch. Like, they were not terrible in the pan, but they didn't pick up a lot of pigment. And also, like, the deeper shades, like the green and this color right here, like the teal, looks very patchy. And so does this brown right here. Like, they look very patchy on the swatches, and I tried my best to layer it and layer it and layer it, and they did not want to blend or swatch amazing. So, I don't really know what's going to happen, but if I use those shades in my look today and they don't blend, then I know that it's just the formulation of them. But the more metallic shades were very pigmented, very buttery. Today, since I'm going to be doing a look with this palette, I was like, there's 16 shades in here, and what do I love to do most of the time, and what have I not done in a while? Duotone eyes. So on this eye, I'm actually going to do a cool toned look with this palette, and a warm tone look on this side right here, because there's so many different options in here, like warm tones, cool tones, and I'm like, I really want to try to do 2 different looks. So, for today's look, on this eye, I'm going to go in with a cool tone look. So then I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which is called Nancy. And then we're going to go in with this gray toned color, which is called Sarah. Trying to decide still what kind of look I want to go for. I feel like I want to use this dark brown because that would be the best for like the outer corner. But I'm also wanting to throw some pop of color in like the brow area. So I'm thinking about adding this really nice bright navy in there. So probably going to do both. I'm going to go in with the bright navy first, and that one is in the shade Chad. And I'm just going to kind of throw that right there. As you can see, this look is getting severe, but I feel like every single time I get a Kat Von D palette, I always want to do a severe look with it, because I see so many talented severe looks whenever I go on her page, or I go on anybody who has done a look with her palettes. So of course I want to do something extreme, because I do a lot of normal, I do a lot of neutral, I do a lot of bolds, but you know what, I want to do excessively bold. So that's what we're doing today. So I'm going to go in with the brown right here, which is the shade Adele, and I'm going to go on the outer corner. As you can see, it's getting so severe in here. That shade actually blended a lot better on the eye than it did when I used my finger. So now it's time to go in with some lid color action. And because the only color I really see that would look really well with this look is going to be this one right here. And that one is the shade Kelly. So I'm actually going to try that one out today. I'm going to use a brush. I'm going to use it dry first. If it does not work really well, I'm going to use my finger. Because I'm really curious, I'm going to wet my brush with some Fix Plus, and I'm going to apply it wet and see what happens, and see if like more green or something will like pop out of it a little more. For the lower lash line, we're going to go in with the teal shade right here, which is called Carolyn, and then we're going to go in with the Adele shade again on the outer portion, just to mix them together. Really quickly, to add some fun to this look, I'm actually going to take that blue shade again, this one right here, which is called Chad, and I'm going to take it a little bit over here in the brow bone area, because I am not doing a brow bone and inner corner highlight for this shade. I know that sounds really weird, right? But I'm not doing an inner corner or brow bone highlight, so I kind of wanted to mesh that blue together and make a really fun, artistic look. Okay, so now that this eye is completely done, I did throw on some mascara. I'll put on some lashes soon, because I find it really hard to put on some lashes and try to still focus on this eye. I'm weird. And it's time to go in with this eye, so of course it's going to be a more warmer toned look. I cleaned off all my brushes because I wanted to use the same brushes, but I wanted to make sure they were clean and didn't have anything left from this one. So I'm really loving the way this one came out. I love that little negative space that I have right there. It's just very different for me. And I'm thinking this look is so severe. This one probably will be just as severe, or at least close to be. So it's time to go in. I'm going to go in with this shade right here just to start out. And that shade is called Sylvia. And we're just going to dive right into that. And then after that, we're going to go in with this shade, which is going to be called Gina. Quick, I'm going to take the shade of Gina, the one I use right here. I'm just going to go in the lower lash line with it, just because I want to do like a little different technique with this shadow. Getting somewhere with this look, I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which is like the deeper red, and that one is called Malice, and I'm going to really use that kind of in the outer crease in a way, like outer portion of the eye, like almost in like a V angle, and see how that looks. I want to make sure that any like harsh edges I have right here, I want to blend them together. So I'm going to take this shade right in the middle of those, which is going to be called Ashley, which is like a more of a peachy shade, and just take that a little bit in the middle of that. Now I'm just kind of cleaning up some of the harsh lines. I'm using the shade Gina and kind of like blending it out, making it kind of blend together seamlessly. And the good thing is I had a little bit of that orange shade still on the brush, so it kind of made a really good harmonization with the colors. Just kind of making it really kind of peachy. For lid color, of course, we want to go in with this gold right here, which is called Egypt. I feel it is going to be better with my finger or with a wet brush, but I am going to try it dry because you know what, I want to see how it's going to look, because it is coated in pigment. Let me just dust a little bit of that off. A little bit of fallout because it does have a little bit of that silver glitter in it, so I am going to apply it with a wet brush. This eye, I am going to be using a inner corner brow bone highlight, which is going to be this shade right here, which is a really, really peachy, fun color, and it's called Alexandria. So I'm going to try to see how that will look when I use a dry brush. So now that this eye is done, let's go put on some mascara, some false lashes, and I'll be right back to put on a lip with you guys. So now that the eyes are done, the mascara is on, the lashes are on, it is time to go in with a lip. I'm going to go in with one of my favorite lips. I did not get the lip from the 10th anniversary collection, nor did I get the highlighter or the eyeliner, because I really didn't need any of the other products, and of course on a budget. So I am going to go in with Santa Sangre, which is the liquid lip version of the lipstick that was in the collection. So here is the final look using the 10th anniversary eyeshadow palette from Kat Von D. Like I said before, I did not buy the highlighter, I did not buy the training case, I did not buy the lipstick, nor did I buy the eyeliner or anything else from the collection. I just bought the eyeshadow palette because the eyeshadow palette was $52, so me being on the budget and wanting to do more videos for you guys, I'm like, I only could pick up this, and plus it's such a nice collector's item. It is a really pretty packaging. Personally, I wish it would have been like more extravagant for 10th anniversary, but it still is a very pretty packaging. The shadows blended a lot better than I thought. I was like, okay, these are swatching terribly, they're going to be a really weird, terrible pigment. Like, they were not working with me properly at all. Do not let the swatches fool you. These did blend beautifully. Both eyes looking seriously severe, both eyes looking so different, they went on beautifully. I had a little bit of fallout with most of the shades, but honestly, not a terrible amount. Like, the blue was a lot of pigment, the teal shade had a lot of pigment, so it did have a little bit of a kickback in the pan as well as on my face. But other than that, it was easily swept away and it was not a big of an issue. The red did blend a little bit difficult in a way, but not really. It actually went on it really smooth as well. So, do I think this palette is worth the $52? I think that's all about what you want to do. The $52 is pretty high up there in price, but of course, I've bought Huda palettes that are really good. I've bought Kat Von D palettes in the past that were a little bit more expensive. So, it's really all about your interpretation and your coins, because you are going to be the one who's going to be spending the money on it. But this was a 10th anniversary. This was a pretty big milestone for Kat Von D's brand, and I really wanted to buy it because I love the colors that were in it. Now, of course, the color story is kind of different, and of course, you could and you can't at the same time make a whole look with this. Somewhat, it's like kind of intimidating when you look at it at first, but I love bold palettes, I love bold colors. So anyways, you can pick this one up at Kat Von D's website, you can pick this up at Sephora.com. I believe it's now available in Sephora stores too, so it's definitely a worth it palette in my personal opinion, especially if you do collect palettes. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I do recommend this palette. I think it's a really nice palette, and I just love collecting really pretty palettes, especially limited edition ones as well. So make sure you thumbs it up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the very near future. Love you. Bye.